That's what I'm saying. Conversations like this are needed. So what we're gonna do, just gonna segue a little bit. So as you've mentioned before, very articulate, reading a lot when you was a kid, and that's leaked heavily into your music. So
Right.
who was your musical inspirations when
All
you
right.
think?
Um, I'd start out with what I like the first music I was bumping on MP3, like myself. Matter of fact, forget MP3, CDs. So CDs, DMX was like the first DMX Ja Rule that era is what the first thing I was bumping. Then 50 Cent, then Chingy. I think Chingy was the first album my parents ever bought me. So that was the first album I ever bought. So this is the era I'm growing up in. Um, Eminem started becoming big. Like that's my childhood. Nas, I can't forget Nas, Jay-Z. And then when I started like actually picking music myself, which I was kind of because I have older brothers and stuff, and my parents would buy us what we wanted for like CDs and stuff. But when I started like going out and looking for myself, I resonated with people like Nas, Lupe, uh, 50, Biggie Smalls. Um, then, and that's what I'm getting at right now is when you start going back, then it's endless now. So then I started looking at people like Big L. Then I started looking, yeah, like so I was able to like keep going into. I guess I was a hip hop head, you could say, because I started going back and I was like, okay, this is where this came from. And you can't say Nas is the hottest without talking about Rakim. Okay, so I'm hip. I'm influenced by a lot of people, but in terms of like my style, I'd say people like Nas, like I want to say Jay, but it's more of a Nas type of cerebral that I'd be on. So
Can I interject for a minute?
yeah.
I'm really feeling that joint, Mankind.
Word.
I was gonna put that question.
Thank you.
Your flow kind of remind me of Andre 3000 a little bit.
Word. That's another influence. Outkast. Absolutely.
That's what when I thought of like your influences, I thought that would be like the first one.
That's crazy. I appreciate that for even putting me in the same conversation. But back in the days, that same era I was mentioning, Outkast was heavy. Like when they started putting out Roses and I like the way
you move. Yeah.
Let me say that's my influence for hip hop. that song. I like the way you move. Like that's a hit to me. So things like that, I just love like good groove. It doesn't have to be groovy like that, but I'm just saying like the feel good music is what made me into the artist that I am.
So would you say like, because I mean, obviously, other than the Outcast, because you've mentioned quite a lot of East Coast, was that just because of being from the east of the States, and that's where a lot of your concentration and inspirations come from, rather than, you know, like your Luders, say for instance, during those times, and you obviously your TIs, you got a West Coast, you know.
Oh my god!
You got an East Coast bias. That's fine. You got an East Coast bias. All good.
I ain't saying nothing on it. I'm just asking the question.
Yo, I'm trying to figure out if the light is too much over there. Should I move
It's gonna be right. No, it's all right, man.
It's good. All right. Now, but on the East Coast bias, I'd say East Coast is always so heavy with their content. You know, the lyrics are so heavy. As someone who grew up on all these people and went back to hear what was going on before, I understand that lyrics is one of the main components in hip hop and rap. So and Juju, you know this about me. I'm more of that person who is like, okay, what were they saying though? So New York is that's just what we grew up on. Like the slick talkers in New York, they can talk for a reason. Like they put the words together so well, and that's why we're biased. Let's get that out the way. It's not because of boom, bat, boom, 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 bat, boom. That's cool too, but it's the way they give it up. It's the way they're delivering it that New York is just unprecedented. But let me say to your point, every time you name another name, I go deeper into my bag. Like you said Ludacris, what's the one he got? Splash Waterfalls.
Yeah, yeah, that's yeah, bro.
Yeah,
when Luda hit, bro.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes. So that's all that factors in when I think about it. It's just like I got to keep thinking because you mentioned the West Coast. The game was crazy to us. The game was great. Like I don't think I was on Dr. Dre till later, but I believe when he got linked with Eminem. We was on that same the sonic sound that he was doing, and then that's why 50 Cent was going so crazy for us too. It didn't seem like 50 Cent he's in New York, but like he seems like a global sound too. Like like the way he hits, it's like it goes no matter where you go. Down south, Lil Wayne is my favorite rapper. Let me get that clear. Like if I think about like somebody who I grew up on and consistently impressed me lyrically, Lil Wayne, there was a time I thought about it and I was like, I gotta give Lil Wayne that. Like nobody has touched that for me. So in the South, you got to give it to the South too. Like they were on when the Hot Boys came out, Wayne sparked out of that for a reason. He's like a different type of beast when it comes to lyrics. That's why everyone in New York respects him. He started messing around with Dipset. Even Dipset's another one. We could go on for days, but I'll just say that I'm not just New York biased. I just understand that there's something different in people like Nas. Like it just comes out different. Even let's talk about Jay because Jay, I don't think Jay is Nas. I think Jay is Jay so well that it's untouchable. So it's just like the way New Yorkers give it up is unprecedented.
Definitely, but it's the crazy thing about it. If you think about it, like Common is from the Midwest, but when people talk about Common, they align him to the East Coast.
Right. That's
very true. That's very, even though he's Chi-Town, yeah. So, and I always kind of forget that him and Kanye are both. Well, then Kanye, he's a unique element in his own right, but definitely in the sense of Common. Yeah,
right. The legendary Jay Dilla,
the Detroit.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. If we're talking about the Midwest, see, you got to give everybody their flowers. Like, there's so many people in the Midwest. Eminem came out of the Midwest. Royce the 5'9" came out of the Midwest.
Where did Slum Village come from again? Were they Midwest? Were they Slum Village? Were they East or were they Midwest as well?
Slum Village, is that Elzai?
No, that's who Ninth, I think, who was first produced for again. Because there's like a whole thing with them. I'll find it. It's all right.
No, I thought Slum Village has Elzai in that. That's a group.
Yeah, I think is a group. They're a group. It was I think it was. Oh my God, I'm going blank. This is. Oh my God,
I gotta look it up.
It's too early.
Sorry about this, guys. It's a bit late for me, so I'll get on the search. I'll get on the search.
Yeah, it's later in the day for you, man. There's no excuse. What is it like?
There's no excuse. That's after lunchtime.
I told you, Elzai is in the group, so it's a group.
Yeah.
With Jay Dilla, Illa J, Batin, and Elzai. So yeah, I was right with Elzai, but he as well is a legend. So I know Jay Dilla too, but I don't know the other two dudes in the group. I don't think I was hip to Slum Village that well, but I know Elzai is a legend and Jay Dilla is a legend. So that's another.
Say go back to the back catalog. That's like literally Slum Village is one of those groups I can always go back and listen to. They've just got like just killer from beats, because obviously Dilla's up on that, so you know the beats are gonna be crazy. But Slum Village as a group are literally one of those ones. But this is gonna lead me into the next part, because like you said, I do know you personally.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna dump on anyone in the sense of what they do hip hop wise or how they present themselves to the game. But I guess this is the reason why I like having conversations with artists who, like yourself, admit to going digging in the crates, because that's the the original hip hop way. If you gotta know what to know where you're going. You gotta know where you came from.